Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to add some bars to that. I think, what I'm saying, put a few, what I'm saying, a few bars to that. Something special. Something special.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? The intro slap. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Put that in the system and bump it. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Be bumping the fire session. Shout out to Ken though for cooking up the music, putting
Yeah,
the
man.
putting the laying beat to the back of that joint. Now we got to get some bars to it though.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta. So that's a question to be had. We got to get somebody to put bars behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Now. I mean, you may not know this, but your boy writes. So I've been doing that for the longest. So, but
You're
I'm
not
just
better than me though. You're not better than me though.
I
So
mean,
stop it.
listen, man. Listen. I keep that tucked. I keep that part of me tucked. You know what I'm saying, in my back pocket. You know what I'm saying, under the mattress type stuff. But I'm telling you, the penmanship and the writing skills is just. I'm telling you.
Well, you can tuck your bars between your cheeks and keep them. Cause they ain't barring like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't
I mean, I'm
barring like
telling you,
that.
man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you,
All
like.
right, we'll see. We'll see. I tell you what. I tell you what. What would be interesting if okay, I send you the beat, and
Mm-hmm.
then you put some bars, I put some bars. Let the people vote. How about that?
Let's do it. Let's do
How
it.
about that?
I'm
All
telling you.
right.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's
What's
do it.
up? What's up, y'all? We back.
What's
Another
with it?
live episode. Welcome to the live stream. Anybody in the audience, anybody in the chat, welcome. We got some interesting stuff to talk about today. A
Yeah.
lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, and we got to keep y'all caught up. We got to have these conversations, and we always got some questions to ask y'all to
Fact.
see where y'all heads at, where our heads at. You know what I'm saying, and what's going on in the world, so we can definitely have these great conversations about it, man. But before
Yeah.
we get going on the show today, Benji Banks, the man, the brand, how you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling good, man, but I'm still under, you know what I'm saying, this little hour change that we lost. And man, listen, man, like I ain't feeling this, man. I hope we don't ever get that little switcheroo ever again. I ain't feeling this, man. Like I'm really what you call it, the Cascadian
This your circadian rhythm.
the sar the guardian angel, the guardian rhythm, whatever you want to call it. All right. Listen, man, it's got me jacked up. Now, here's the weird part. I'm always waking up early because that's my prayer time in the morning. But man, it's like you wake up, and I'm used to that. But when you go back to sleep and then you wake up late multiple times in the week, I'm like, man, I ain't feeling this. My body must be telling me, boy, you need some rest. But I blame it on the hour, Ken. I blame it on the hour.
Yeah, a lot of people have an issue with daylight savings times, uh, and it throws a lot of people's circadian rhythm off. And for the people who might not know what a circadian rhythm is, it's your natural 24-hour cycle that regulates various body functions, including your sleep, wakefulness, hormone production, and body temperature. So if you used to being in a bed at a certain time, or you used to, your regimen, your daily regimen, and then it's thrown off because of daylight savings time, that could throw everything else off, and make everything out of whack for a little while until your body adjusts, until you adjust.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I've been on my vitamins. I've been on my B12 complex. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been on that. My elderberry, you know what I'm saying? My maca root, you know what I'm saying? My sugar control, laying out, and you know what I'm saying? The body's good. But this, whoever created daylight savings time needs some hands. And second of all, it don't benefit my solar on my house when the sun is down at like 5 o'clock ish.
Well, I mean, the sun is still out the same amount of time for the most part. It's
I
just
mean,
it comes up earlier and sets early. So that's really all it is.
I mean, I
So
get, I get better savings when it ain't get. You know what I'm saying?
it's
I'm
mental.
just that at this particular point in time, daylight savings time is not. I'm not a fan of it. Hey, we'll see.
I feel you.
Oh,
I
maybe
feel
oh
you.
45, 47, mate. You know what I'm saying?
I
Mess
feel
up
you.
something again.
Yeah. I feel you. Um, yeah. Speaking of stuff that's messed up, man. Before we get to go really deep into some of this other stuff, I'm a Dallas, Texas, native, still in Dallas, Texas, around that area. You're from
D-Town?
Dallas. Everybody and they mama know about Luca being traded weeks ago and what a ripple effect that sent through the NBA and the sports world in general and the world in general, because everybody was talking about it. Even people who
Right,
weren't fans of basketball per se were talking about it.
right.
But the Mavs, somebody said, you know what, the Mavs are cursed because of that. And when
Mhm.
they said that, I don't really get into all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to I'm starting to have second thoughts about that, right?
Mhm.
Because so many other things have occurred like this. It said the Mavericks may be forced to forfeit some games because of injuries and the salary cap rule. Like that's never happened in the history of the league. So where do we go wrong from last year? These guys were in the finals, and this year is looking like it's the final year of the franchise because
Hey,
everything that can go wrong
it's going wrong.
has pretty much gone wrong this year. So I mean, this is crazy, man. I've never seen anything like this in my 45 years, bro. I
Hey,
ain't never seen
man,
nothing like this,
listen, the wizard is behind the curtain
bruh.
finagling with the machine. All right. Listen, if this don't um, settle in your spirit that the owner really wants the team to crumble so she can dip.
Well, I don't think though. I mean, I don't think that that's the reason anymore because of some recent developments that we've had in
Mhm.
the surrounding areas of Dallas, where they made some votes and stuff like that, and have approved. I think, or getting in the process of approving
Mhm.
some area and some land that is going to allow her to build the facility here.
All right. All right. Now
So
we're talking. Now we're
yeah,
talking.
so I don't think
But
that's the reason. I think it's just happenstance. Like
right.
they made a move. They
Hmm.
thought it was gonna be for the better, and it just backfired
And
tremendously.
and Kyrie won't be back next year anyway. That ACL gonna take a while. But that's still, even though this is happening recently with that information you just gave out, it still doesn't deter you from the fact that if she was finagling before then, now she got now she got maybe they will approve. And if they do, the team still doesn't, it's still gonna be, they'll be out. But still, man, she was messing with some stuff and she gonna get her way. And until they approve it, I'll still hold true to that, man. She wants the team out of there.
Well,
She
I
wants to go
don't
to
know,
Vegas.
but shout out to the homie Grace Johnson. She checking in, and she said the old Texas Stadium area is where the hotel and the casino is going to be in Irving, Texas. So yeah,
Mhm.
so if anybody's familiar with the old Texas Stadium, you from the Dallas area, you've been through here, you've been to any events at the old Texas Stadium, you know what area that's centrally located in between
Right.
Freeway Junction. It's a pretty good location. It's a pretty good
Okay.
location.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean it's a lot to consider, and again I keep telling people that Dallas is a quickly growing fast area.
Oh, yeah, it's
So
always been
like
that. Right.
now it's like booming.
Right.
So with all those other businesses that are out there, so
No
it's it
casinos. No casinos.
no, because of the regulations here in Texas.
It's a Bible Belt. They ain't
Well,
fooling with it type stuff.
Well, it's the regulations because in order for you to go to a casino, you got to go across the border, a couple hours away
Mm-hmm.
to Oklahoma. And
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma, you have a couple there.
Right, right.
So yeah, but it's just regulations, and that's what they're trying to get past now in order to have it here. So we shall see. But
Money talks. She got some big money. If this happens, okay, if this happens, then I mean, she's done some stuff. But you going to the casino out there if it happens?
man, I don't go to the casino at all. So
Hey, but let me tell you, fam, they have some fire buffets. Now, I ain't a gambler type
yeah,
because
I'm definitely not
I,
doing that.
I always lose when I gamble. I've tried it. It's when you go in there and you say, "Hey, I'm gonna spend $100 and that's it," and it's just recreational, just for fun. That's my limit. But at these casinos, bro, especially because we got plenty of them out here in Cali, everything happens over there. You got bomb music, bomb comedy shows. The
Well, yeah,
buffets
yeah,
be sick,
yeah. The
and
events,
there's just a whole bunch of stuff to do there. So
yeah, the events are dope. I've been to a couple of casinos here in Vegas, and the events are dope. The atmosphere is dope. But I'm not a gambling person. You said $100, try five, because that's what I do.
what
That's what
said
I do.
$5?
Five
That's it.
dollars, baby. $5. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Once that $5 is gone, if I ain't win nothing off that $5, I ain't doing it. I
Me,
ain't be able to do it.
me and the lady went because a friend of hers got on The Voice. He's singing, made it to like the second, third round of The Voice, or however it goes. So we went out there to actually see him perform with his group and so forth and so on. And man, we got out there, and there was this dude. We were getting ready to leave. There's this dude, man, who he was on the slots. This dude had, I don't know how much he won, but when we were leaving, he had $43,000 in winnings on the slot machine.
I wonder how
And my
many people make it out of there with that money, though. That's the thing.
I
That's the
don't
question.
know. That's the crazy part. But people sit there all day trying to get that money, and they'll take 1,000, 2,000. They want a settlement or whatever, and they'll go out there. But the old heads be pulling up to the casino. So I know the old heads gonna be pulling up to the casino in Texas for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely feel like they're gonna be pulling up because they probably be at these illegal game rooms and stuff, these back
Yeah,
rooms in the gambling shack. So now they'll be able to do it. You know what I'm saying, legally.
right.
So that's what's up. All right, man. Another thing I wanted to talk about before we get too deep, man, is I randomly came across this right here, man. So this right here is funny. Boom. Will Smith is set to release his first album in over 20 years. An album.
Mm.
Now, I heard him on a couple of things lately, um, with a couple of of some of the newer rappers. Um, and he sounded, like Will Smith.
Corny.
But the only thing I can and when I see Will Smith rapping, dog, the only thing I can think about is to get jiggy with it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know he got other songs, some stuff back in the day that was very, very dope. So I'm not gonna sleep on him as an MC because he can rap, right? But what is he gonna talk about in 2025 is my question.
I mean, why? He got to be bored at this particular point in life. He got
This
to be
beat
bored,
slapping like
or
outdid Chris
maybe,
Rock. You hear that
or
bar? That's a bar right there, though. Hold on. You got to hear that bar. That boy said this beat
hold on, go
slapping
back, run it
like
back, run it back.
I slap Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a bar. Like, but I'm serious though, man. What is he gonna be rapping about in 2025, bro? I mean, I don't.
I mean, I mean, maybe because his kids do music, right? So maybe it's a collab with his kids.
It better be.
I mean, I mean, they always trying to make some money, whether it be Jada, whether it be him, the kids, whatever. They always got their hands in something. So maybe they was like, why don't we do something? And that to me, at the top of my head, would be something I would think that they would do because I don't think he's ever made an album with his kids on it. And
That would be dope.
Willow's has some pretty dope songs.
Nah,
It's a little
Willow is dope.
awkward. Yeah,
Willow is dope. Nah,
yeah,
don't get it twisted. Willow is dope.
yeah. That's what I'm
I,
saying.
I think both of the kids are really dope, right?
Music wise, yeah,
Yeah, music wise, and I mean, they're a little weird, but hey,
yeah,
they're
right,
Hollywood kids, so
right,
that's to be expected. But I think what you're saying is something that's interesting. I hope that his kids are involved in this
right.
because 12 tracks of just Will Smith.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Like I heard a
I
song he
mean,
had with,
the ladies who love Will gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? And
well,
then a couple of the bent wrist community is probably gonna float, gonna
this
float
guy
with it.
right here go. This guy right here. That man
But
said the
I'm
bent
saying,
wrist community.
I mean, I'm thinking, okay, so longevity. He's probably owned all his copyrights, your publishing, all of that, yada yada yada, to put his kids on the album. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head that would be dope. Because I can't lie, if they did a dope collab with Willow and and put them on the whole album, they might come up with some music that might, you know what I'm saying, be pretty dope. Because I like some of Willow's music. I can't lie. So
Yeah, no, she's got some dope work, and Jaden has made a couple of dope songs.
right,
So
right,
I I hope so.
right.
Let's just say that I hope I hope the kids are involved, and
I hope he ain't going thug mode on the track. Yeah, I
never,
mean,
never, nobody will
he
believe
got
that.
he got a
Make
song out. I don't know, it was 6 months, maybe a year ago. A song where he's riding in the car, looking out the window, and he's like rapping, and I'm like, nah, dog.
Well, he was also on a song with Joyner Lucas, a couple of songs I think, and they're kind of theme songs. But if you know anything about Joyner Lucas is
he got balls,
a very very good MC.
right?
Bars to death. So yeah, so maybe he can pull some guest spots and make something happen. Because what I don't want is for him to come out with anything and it flops, and it gives this generation of not only the rappers but this generation of kids to say, see, I told you these old
Old
guys.
heads need to
Yeah,
leave music alone, right?
yeah, yeah. So hey,
I mean, who knows? But we'll see if he drops some music. I would be disappointed if he didn't have his children on it. So, I mean, hey,
yeah. All right. Well, speaking of things that won't last forever, how about this? Is set to
yeah.
close all U.S. stores after filing bankruptcy for the second time. What is the deal with all these stores? I guess filing bankruptcy. I understand closing your brick and mortar. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because when you go to the malls, a lot of times the malls are empty or
Right,
have a lot less people than they usually do. But Forever 21 ain't forever because they
right.
going
They're done.
away. That's
I
crazy.
mean, they said they can't compete with Timu and forgetting the other joint because of spots like Timu and Alibaba. They can't compete with that. And I get it. I understand. It's kind of like the Blockbuster thing. They kept the same model for forever and never changed it up. Never, like, they didn't go digital. They didn't do this and didn't do that. And so, I mean, I think honestly, it's just a product of the time. Like,
Ah,
and the thought process, you didn't think further enough ahead to understand you got to compete with Amazon now. You got to compete with Timu
well,
because Timu running the game.
Timu was running the game with certain things, but Grace Johnson, shout out to her again. She's
Mhm.
coming through with the comments.
Yeah,
She said Fashion Nova, which
yeah,
is huge, and Sheen. That's who it is.
yes, yes.
Sheen is like the I ain't gonna say that really, but it is kind of like the
Shein.
it's kind of like the Timu of clothes. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying? So they have a lot of reasonably, I ain't gonna say cheap, I'm gonna say reasonably priced
right,
items
right,
that people can wear. And like Grace said, fast fashion is the wave. So it's kind of hard for them to compete because when Forever 21 first got popping, they were kind of a
kid
new
store.
thing, and people could go to that store to get certain things, and only that store would have those type of things, right?
Mhm.
Now there's so many retailers
Right,
selling similar items. It's a grind. It's really a grind, and now you can't live on your name brand anymore
Right.
because it's so many retailers out there. So unless you have like a huge brand, it's tough sledding out there. So man, I hate to see that, but you know what? I ain't never bought anything for Forever 21, so it's not gonna
Me
affect me
neither.
personally.
Now, the interesting thing I want to know is what is their commercial real estate going to do? Because that's where, even though the stores are closing, the commercial real estate potentially could be pretty huge. So I wonder how that would plan out, but we'll see.
Yeah, we definitely will see because you know what? These retailers have broadened so much also because of services like this.
Right.
Klarna, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Replaces a firm as Walmart's buy now, pay later provider. And for those people who aren't familiar with Klarna and places and programs like Affirm, they allow you to purchase now, as it says, buy
Pay
now, pay
later.
later,
Hmm.
and break it up into payments. So a lot of retailers have gone to that. And if you're in business and your business can, allow this type of payment form, then it's good for business because it allows people to buy stuff that they generally can't afford at that point, which
Right.
is the American way, right? Buying stuff you can't afford.
Right.
So now it allows people to do it reasonably, right?
And I'm sure
And
Klarna's getting a better deal than a firm was. So it's like a recycling of the businesses. I'm sure, somewhere in that space, there's a conversation. Oh, we can get it cheaper with Klarna. So why do we need to use a firm? Oh, well, so and so, let's go run it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. And they get a massive deal to be that. So I understand the madness, but shout out to Walmart for thinking forward though, and not saying, no, we're not gonna do that. They added a firm to their pay now, and now they're adding Klarna. Shout out to Walmart, even though I don't shop there, but I mean, hey,
yeah, Walmart said they about that bread, so they
about that
trying to
bread.
get, what I'm saying, that money by hook or by crook, as the old folks used to say. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm gonna get it from you, I'm gonna get it up at you. But either way, I'm
Facts.
gonna get it.
That's just a fact. I mean, I never understood why businesses wouldn't be forward thinking. Blockbuster refused to do when Netflix wasn't as popular. They were just now coming into the game. They didn't want to partner with them. How could you be the CEO of a company and not see that digital buying this, doing it this way isn't going to work? That's like somebody saying, Microsoft isn't going to take off and you never invested in the stock. We look crazy now on the outside of that now because we never
Uh,
we like
it's hard though, man. It's hard to see that type of stuff, man. And I tell people all the time, man, you can't. It's hard for people to see your vision, right?
right.
Nobody can
True.
see through your eyes, right?
True.
Nobody can see what you see. Only you see it, and yeah, you see it,
You
and
see it. You see it.
and it's crazy because man, it's so many things. Like I tell the story all the time about how I had a chance to buy into Google stock
Right.
back in the early 2000s, and at that point we had
Right.
Hotmail,
Right.
and what we had a couple of other I can't think of the other service right now, the search engine, but we had a couple of search engines back in that was popping, and Google knew. So we were like, Google, what the heck is Google, man? I'm go over here, this is over here is popping. And
Right.
then next thing you know, boom,
Boom.
Google
Skyrocket.
takes off, and instead of it being, a couple maybe 75, $100 a share, and then now it's
That
like
was fire.
thousands of dollars a share, or
Right.
something crazy. So man, it's definitely one of those things where you have to take some risk in business, but some people don't see it. So yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. So, but we talking about businesses, we talking about retailers. Charles Entertainment Cheese has stepped into the realm of subscriptions and memberships. You know who Charles Entertainment Cheese is?
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Yeah.
Man, listen, that sounds like an old pimp name.
Man, that's Chuck E. Cheese. That's Chuck
Oh,
E.
Chuck.
Cheese. His middle name is
What?
Entertainment, buddy. His middle name is that's what the
I
E
mean,
stands for. E stands for entertainment. And Chuck E. Cheese launches new membership program in hopes of increasing attendance, brother. So,
man, I
so
mean, Chuck.
they got a membership. Hey, man, as they always say,
We got to stay. Listen, I can see the CEO. We got to stay in business.
Membership has its
Find me
privileges.
something. We got to do something. Find me something. That's exactly what that is.
Oh man, hey man, a membership. Can you imagine, man? What's popping this week, man? I got my membership to Chuck E. Cheese, man. I'm gonna take them kids over there. Hey man,
Hey
it's
man,
funny,
listen,
bro. It's funny, but you know what?
it's real
It's real, right?
because we used to pull up on now. Chuck E. Cheese. You can go there and you can. I mean, I ain't gonna even lie to you. The surface ain't all that hot, but I mean, it's a lot of stuff you could do there if you're a kid. And I can't lie. When you go in there, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have some fun. When I take my kids there,
Man,
my grandbaby, I had my grandbaby's birthday
yeah.
there. And to see her have fun. So I mean this might work because Chuck, you know what I'm saying? He's still popping after all these years. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, Charles, what they call Charles Entertainment Cheese. That's what they said on this
Charles
thing.
Entertainment. Wow.
Chuck E. Cheese. But hey man, shout out to the people who gonna get their membership, man. Y'all get that membership, holla at your boy. Let me know what it's looking like, what the privileges are. Cause as they say, membership has its privileges. So whatever memberships you sign up for, usually there are some things that you exclusively get as a member. So that's what I'm looking forward to try to see. What kind of exclusive things do I get with a membership to
With
Chuck E.
Chuck.
Cheese?
I mean, listen. I mean, I'm taking my grandbaby there again, birthday coming up. So, you know what I'm saying? I might hit that membership little shindig. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, you get a better investment on them tickets. I don't know. Because right now you need about 100,000 to get, you know what I'm saying? A little top hat.
It be in them. Hey, I'm gonna take this picture with Chuck E. Cheese. The other little kids, Mom, I want to take a picture with Chuck E. Cheese. No, this is for members only over here.
Right.
You gotta have a
Can't do it.
membership to get over here to take a picture with Chuck E. Cheese. If you want a membership, go to the front counter. They can hook you up and get you
Right.
signed up today.
And Chuck ain't fat no more, y'all. Chuck done slimmed up. Like he a little skinny little rat. You know what I'm
Chuck been on that Ozempic.
saying?
Chuck on that Ozempic,
Chuck on
man.
that
That
Ozempic.
that we Govy. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Chuck just
shout out,
slimmed down
shout
on
out
them
to Anna
boys.
Santos, Dr. Anna Santos,
Yeah,
Wellness
man.
Clinic, brought us up on game on the Wigovy.
Yeah. Your boy on that Ozempic. That boy done slimmed down. That boy how looking like Bevo Lottie. Got more
You know
head
what I'm
than he got body.
saying? yeah, he ain't big no more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We
Oh
miss Big
man.
Chuck. You know what I'm saying? Bring Big Chuck back. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
Yeah, man. Man, it's a lot of wild stuff going on out here in the world. We talked about the Chuck E. Cheese. Now, another big name brand is in the news, as usual, because they always are, whether it be good or bad. Starbucks, man. Starbucks is in the
Man,
news because a California man's wins $50 million
gentlemen.
in a lawsuit over genital burns from Starbucks tea. He spilled Starbucks tea
Oh,
in his lap in their establishment, sued them 50 million bucks.
mm, mm, mm.
That's a man, but
That's a come up.
that's a come up, but that's a come down because his genitals got burnt and he can't do nothing with the bad boys no
I
more.
mean, hopefully he can get some reconstructive surgery on, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Hey
ladies
man,
can get a new Virginia and new,
hey man,
tiptoes. Maybe
if
I don't know.
I ain't willing to burn my joint for that, I'm sorry. I just can't. That seems like it'd be no pun intended a hard life from that point forward.
I'm sure it is, but the crazy part is this though. If he can't have kids no more, I mean, it might be a good thing for him. He can't
Nah,
get finesse. Can't
I
get
don't.
finesse.
I
Kids
don't
ain't
think.
gonna finesse somebody's money, huh?
I don't think it's the kids. I think it's being able to utilize what it takes to make a kid. That's the bad part. You
You
can't do
dumb.
that. Life is
50
you can
million?
have all the money you want, man. You can't do that, man. That's I don't know.
50. Your boy got 50. That's too
Grace
hard.
jo- Grace Johnson said 50 for 50 million. Burn me. I don't know about that one.
Oh man, I'm telling you, 50 million. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we might have to, Negroes to do this for $1,000.
Man, I don't know, bro. Yeah, I like my abilities to do things like that. So nah, I can't. I don't want to live
right?
my life stuck like that, and I got money and I can't do nothing with it because that's part of the good part of having, having money, being able to
Man,
utilize. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
I
she okay. So Grace Johnson is saying the burn is temporary; it will heal. No, ma'am. That's
no,
why he got paid all this
that's why he
money.
got paid.
He
Yeah,
has severe
severe
genital
burns.
burns where it basically disfigured him, and he had to have like all these surgeries to try to repair it. So that's why they had to pay so much money, and he is jacked up.
Man, look here, man. That I mean, yeah, man. I don't
Mm.
even want to think like that, man. Next slide.
Man,
That's
yeah,
crucial. That's crucial, dog. I
yeah,
can't even lie to you. For
yeah.
a man, for a man, if you got ED, you know how demoralizing it is. If you, I mean, listen, that's an issue. But to have your
But at least with ED, there's medicines,
pills,
there's these things that you can take that might fix that.
right,
Like
but you still demoralizing.
yeah, his stuff is disfigured, right? And he might be able to utilize it, but it ain't gonna never be like it was before. So no, man, that's tough.
Yeah, that might be tough to
Yeah,
consider. But you won't be broke no more.
that's true. So
He
I
ain't
mean,
gonna never be broke no more.
it is what it is. It's a lot of stuff you could do for money. I don't know.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
people would do something strange for some change. I'm just saying.
I have to think long and hard about that one. But
I mean, yes, long and hard.
all right, all right, y'all. We're gonna move on to the next one, man. This right here is gonna upset Benji. Man, drinking this soda can reduce your lifespan by 12 minutes. A
Yeah,
new study reveals. So
I
all
see
the
it.
soda y'all been drinking, do the math in 12 minutes. So
Yeah,
Benji was addicted to Dr. Pepper. So
yeah,
so
yeah.
he shaved some years off his life with all them Dr. Peppers he drunk.
I would agree because that sugar content in there is dangerous. So I'm glad that I've been really, really, really chill on it since late November, early November, late November. So I saw this one, and you ain't got to tell. I'm the type of guy you ain't got to tell me 2, 3, and 4, 5 times to get something. You gonna shake drinking a soda gonna shake 12 minutes all my life? Man, yeah, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Nah.
good. Like I'll find me an alternative. You know what I'm saying? Something that's not as bad. But that Dr. Pepper do hit your spirit every now and then, especially when you walk in the store and you see these new flavors, and you be like, man, I want to try that joint. You know what I'm saying? And you just like, nah, I'm good. Then now you got to think 12 minutes. This gonna take 12 minutes off my life? Yeah, no, I'm good. It ain't worth the soda. But it do hit your spirit every now and then. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I have a soda here and there, man. I have my runs of when I drink, sodas and stuff like that. Like I might go 6, 7 months without having a soda. Then I might go a couple of weeks and I have a soda every other day. So,
Mm.
it varies, but it's not like something I gotta have all the time. I know people that get up in the morning, like they drink, like people drink coffee, like they drink soda like that, and
Yeah,
they
and
drink soda
the
throughout the
cokes and
day.
stuff like that. Ugh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it no more.
but there are alternatives. You know what I'm saying? The next story proves that. This Dallas,
Poppy.
yeah, this Dallas couple that founded this prebiotic soda brand Poppy, they sold it for 1.95 billion. Would it be $1 billion? Can you imagine that, bro? Like you
I can
like
imagine it.
you made something
It's
up in your kitchen at the
right.
crib and it turns into almost $2 billion, bro.
Sound
Like
like the dude who created Hypnotic. He was sleeping in his folks' basement and he created Hypnotic to drink. And I can see because we're in that space where people want, healthy alternatives. They want the idea of having a soda.
Mhm.
I was just listening to Mike Cesario, and he created Liquid Death, which is just water in a can, and he made $1.4 billion off of water in a can. And all he did was is call it Liquid Death and branded the cans to make it look like it was something super, elaborate. But it was just water in a can, and people bought it at a rate of him making $1.4 billion. So even with this new concept with Poppy, and I fit myself in that category because I'm sitting there like, I want to try something different. Like, I don't want to keep drinking sodas. Well, what else? What can
Mm.
I do? And Poppy came up, and then I'm forgetting there's another
Yeah,
alternative. I'm forgetting the
there's
name.
a couple. There's a couple of big time, brands alternative to drinking regular sodas that are out there. But I'm gonna tell you, I've tried. I think I've tried them all,
Mhm.
and they don't taste good, man. I'm sorry.
It's not.
Like
It's like
it,
you got it. It's like eating
you you
broccoli, bro. It
you're
don't
gonna have to
taste
get
good,
used
but you know
to
it's
it.
kind of good for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you're
gotta get
gonna have to
used to
get
it.
used to it, man. And shout out to the people who made that transition. And I'm not one of those people because, like I said, I've tried them, and I was just
You
like,
like, nah, I'm
and
good.
I'd rather not drink any at all than to drink the alternatives. So that's the choice I made, just to
I
stop drinking them.
mean, some, you know what I'm saying? It's like chewing, it's like a cigarettes person when they try to cold turkey. They say chew some gum, it'll help you, you know, that type of thing, right? So it's when you're getting over you know what I'm saying? You got something got to get you over Dr. Pepper. I'm just saying, Ken. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna taste the same, you know what I'm saying? But
Okay, so what you should do is next time you barbecue or you smoke some meat, just put some water in the pan that that you smoke with. When you put
mhm.
the water in there, take that, pour that in the cup. It's the same thing. It's barbecue water. That's what Dr. Pepper is.
Nah, man, it's
That's what
got
Dr.
23 flavors. You know
That's
what I'm talking
yeah, that 23 flavors is all in your head. Dr. Pepper. It's barbecue water. That's what it is, bruh.
But a Dr. Pepper, and you know what I'm saying? I've been good, but I had to switch to and I tasted the poppy, and I was like, shoot. But
Nah.
it did give me an idea. I need to have a refrigerator with that healthy drink and healthy sandwiches, salads, juices in my store, Ken.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And you're in Cali, so yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
You know, people
Definitely.
people out here like to, you know what I'm saying, go on the beach. So, you know what I'm saying, they like to keep their little gut at a minimum, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying, can help a brother out. It
Yeah.
it definitely will make you back. It definitely will make you Duke shoot. Take care of business though.
Oh wow.
It, it,
Ew.
it it'll
Wow.
it'll
Ew.
bless you.
Oh
It'll bless
wow.
you.
Oh
It'll
wow.
bless you.
Ew. All
It'll bless
right. Speaking of stuff that'll bless you, you know what I'm saying? This place will bless you, right? Every time you go to a place called Bucky's,
you. Mm.
Bucky's will bless you. If you've been to Bucky's, then you know what I'm talking about. All
Uh,
right. It says they're planning to add new locations in Arizona, Ohio, and Tennessee. Lucky for those people that don't have a Bucky's there, when they get one, oh my God,
you'll love it.
they're gonna
Now,
love it.
I went for the first time, even though I'm a native of Texas. I went for the first time last year, a few months back, when we came down to visit you, Ken. Uh, and I can't lie, it's like the soda machine was fire, fire. That the soda machine. Listen, we just got to talking about sodas taking 12 minutes off your life. Listen, Bucky's. I don't know where they get these flavors from or what happened, how they got. I don't know. I don't care. That pina colada one with the blue. Man, say, man. And then I got me that little chicken sandwich in the little foil, you know what I'm talking about? And they got them little Bucky chips. I wasn't too hot about those. But man, look here, man. Listen. Yeah, they was, yeah. Y'all should. California, is we getting one or no?
Man, I'm telling you, because it my favorite is the chopped beef sandwiches. The chopped beef sandwiches and the turkey club sandwich are my favorites. Now I don't mess with they fountain drinks too much. I usually go in there and get certain drinks. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mm.
I got off of sodas, but every now and again I get me a sweet tea. Give me a sweet tea. So you know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I mess with that sweet tea just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. But Bucky's has everything, man, and they have everything in the store for you to buy, for you to consume, for you to drink. And they got like a hundred gas pumps.
Yeah.
So
It's like
you,
Sam's Club in this joint.
yeah, it's bigger than Sam's Club though. They got like
Yeah,
a
it is.
they
Yeah.
got like 100 pumps, literally. Like when you
Yeah.
pull up the Bucky's, it's like 100 gas fuel pumps out there, and people getting gas, people parking and getting gas and going in, and whole families going in. Like, and let me make sure I tell y'all, if you got a Bucky's anywhere on your route, make that your official restroom stop, right? Because if you know about Bucky's, they pay their people $20+ an hour to clean their restrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And their restrooms are absolutely immaculate.
Yeah, the restaurant. I went to the restaurant. It was pretty dope.
When I
So
tell you squeaky clean, I mean squeaky clean. I mean, like, they got a guy that will brave your backwind and go in the stall when you come out and wipe it down and clean it up for the next person to come. Like, if that ain't brave, because as soon as somebody comes out of the restroom, you already know what it is. When they come out the stall, you already know what it is.
trouble.
Yeah, you gotta let
Trouble.
you gotta let that breathe for a minute. Nah, my man, I seen him. He went straight in. Like, as soon as dude came out, he went boom right up in there and cleaned that joint out. So I mean, hey, he making his $20 an hour, dog. He making
I
that
mean,
$20
I
an
ain't
hour.
mad at him, but all all that be coming out the Duke shoot. Yeah, I don't know, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
we're gonna stay
give me
away
a
from
few
that.
minutes.
We're gonna stay away from that shoot talk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, but for real, like we were talking about with the gas, man, and here in Texas, I'm not sure about in Cali what the variation is, but I know they said across the United States the gas prices have dropped for the fourth week in a
Fourth week in
row.
a row. Yeah,
Yeah, reaching a 4-year low. I mean, that's always good news because
eggs
um
have come down too.
well, I don't use eggs a lot, but I do
Me
use
neither.
gas a lot. And I
Right.
use premium gas in my vehicle. So that's good news for me.
I mean, I'm on the electrical. We on the electrical vehicle. We do have one gas car, but I only put like $20 in it a week. But other than that, we using the electric, and we got the plug up system at the house. So, I mean, I ain't fighting at the gas pump.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're out there in Cali, if you've never been to Cali, you probably wouldn't understand this. But when you go out there, like, you see electric car after electric car
Yeah,
after electric car, right? If you're from somewhere like Dallas or other metropolitan areas, you're going to see Teslas and stuff here and there. But in Cali, like, you see
all
them
over the place.
everywhere. Like, majority of the people there have an electric car. It's the
Right.
craziest thing to see if you're not from there.
Right. And the interesting thing, here's the crazy thing about it though, is because people aren't paying the gas tax because of the electric vehicles. They're trying to actually charge more on your electric vehicle tax because they say the gas tax funds the road repair and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, Cali gonna always trying to figure out a way to get some money about you. But I mean, hey, as of right now, I haven't had to really trip with no gas station or no prices or whatever in like years.
All right, so Marlon Bivens, shout out to my guy Marlon. He said, "Not here, fam. We still at 5 something a gallon." Marlon,
Where
where are
he
you
at?
at, bro? Where are you at? Because 5 something a gallon is crazy work.
I'm in Cali paying $4.29 for premium.
Oh
Where
well,
he at?
yeah. I mean, I thought Marlon was from the California area, so when he responds, I'll let you know. But yeah, five something a gallon is work. Is he said he in Southern California?
Well, I mean, I'm saying where he in LA or what? Because it should be under $5. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm in the Inland Empire, so we looking at like, as a matter of fact, I looked because I had to put gas Monday. 4.29 at the Arco joint for the premium. Some spots you're getting like four. Yeah, truth be told, yeah, some of it is still 5. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he said
Depending on
he's
where you
in.
go. If you
He
go to Chevron, matter of fact, yeah, it is like $5. And if you're using a credit card, they're actually charging you more to use your credit card. So
okay. Yeah, he said he's in California City.
yeah, okay, so yeah, I get it. I dig it. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's still happening. Yeah,
yeah.
but
So
I mean, still, even with that though, normally we coming in the spring break and all that type of stuff. Gas prices usually go up way higher than that.
yeah, they usually shoot up a little bit because they know people gonna be traveling more,
Yeah,
so they try to get that extra bread up out you.
facts,
So business is business,
facts.
but like I said, anytime the gas go down even a little bit, I'm excited about it. And when I drive by the gas station close to my house that I usually go to. If the price is low, even if I don't need gas per se, I'm gonna go over there and top off.
Right.
I'm gonna go over there and fill that joker back up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I know people look at me crazy when I'm at the gas station because I shout out to my hard work. I got a newer car and it's a nice car, and they see me pull up to the gas station and they like, that guy's got a nice car, and then they see me get $11 worth of gas. They probably like, what? That dude only got 11, because people be gas watching. You know what I'm saying? You look
Right.
at how much gas people get, because I know we used to clown people when they pull up and get 5 on pump 12. You know what I'm saying? You be like, where you going with putting $5 in there? But we don't judge. You know what I'm saying? People have situations. But yeah, this lady looked at my pump and she kind of just looked weird because I think I had put like $9.80 in there, but I just filled it back up.
Right.
And she just started looking at me crazy. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I just got in my car.
Right. I'm out of here.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, anytime the gas goes down, I'm all for it. And shout out to my folks in Texas, because I know they enjoying this lower gas, especially this time of year.
Facts, especially when we're finna start traveling too. So
yeah. Speaking of, my my home state, your home state.
Yeah.
We always got some crazy stuff going on, man, with the legislation and the laws and stuff. So check this out. This is a trip that they even have to do this, but this is what we're doing right now. They gotta ban barking, meowing, and other non-human behaviors in school, because you have kids that go to school and identify as animals.
No way.
They take litter boxes to school. They take pet chains. They chain, the collars and stuff. Yeah.
What's that famous? You niggers, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't believe that.
I used to see things about people called furries, and that's a little bit different thing that was going on that I was privy to, hearing about. But it's wild because, I tend to not talk about things like this too much, because everybody gets riled up when you talk about people identifying as certain things. And this is the problem you run into when you have people that want to identify as something that to the common person looking at them, they're not. You have to allow other people to do the same, right? So if you're going to allow a woman who appears as a woman to identify as a man, then somebody who wants to identify as an animal, you can't tell them they can't do that, right?
Right.
So
and that's the crazy part.
Yeah, so this is where we're at with it. They have to make legislation and laws to say, no, you can't. You can't do that. You can't be doing this in school, because number one, it's let's just be honest, it's a little mental health issue-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then you're in school with the kids, and especially younger kids, these kids are gonna be confused. They're already confused.
Right.
Right. So now they're gonna be super confused with people coming to school with that. And I've heard about, things like that here in Dallas area, where I have friends that are teachers in high school, and they have kids who have come to school and identified as cats. No, a cat, like not that cat over there. Like,
I know,
like a real cat, like meowing and with a litter box and the whole nine.
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the idea that your son or your daughter, niece or your nephew wants to be a dog and wants to identify as a four-legged beast who can only bark.
Yeah.
Humans not wanting to be humans.
I mean, it is what it is. So, though anybody who identifies as something that they to the naked eye or not, you cannot look at somebody else's identifying as anything and say that's crazy, because somebody's looking at you and saying that's crazy. So, it is what it is. So if you're gonna you gonna make laws for it, you gotta make laws across the board. So that's what they're doing, man.
So what you know what I'm saying? This is a bug's life. Negroes gonna want to be Negroes gonna want to be grasshoppers and ants. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or what's going on?
Well,
I mean,
anything to keep you from paying taxes.
nah, you gonna still pay these taxes here. You hear me?
I mean, hey, there's no legislation that says cats got to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying?
That is a fact.
So
I
people
mean,
gonna start
hey,
getting technical. But I saw a video that guy was driving a car, and it was him and his boyfriend, and the boyfriend was the owner, and he was driving the car, and they got put over by the police, and the police was talking to the guy, and the guy said he identified as a cat. So he said, I had to take you both to jail because you in the state of Texas, you can't, as a cat, drive a car. You're not
drive a
legally
car.
able to
Right. I
drive.
saw that.
And I said, see, it's so much back and forward about some of this stuff where it's just gonna get really, really sticky after a while. So they're gonna have to start putting some parameters and some things in place to clarify things for people.
Man,
Because you can't
this
just
is
do what you
wild.
want.
I mean, some people can. All the money
Mm,
they got, they can do whatever they want to do.
yeah, everybody has a stopping point somewhere at some point in
Yeah.
time. Yep.
When their heart stopped too.
Well,
You'll
yeah,
identify as a human being
yeah.
when the final say so happens when you're done. So
Yeah, well, you ain't gonna identify as nothing. You're gonna identify as dead.
they like I'm done with it, man. I mean, I'm flabbergasted at that. I mean, I guess
Hey, it is what it
dogs,
is, man.
dogs and cats still be smashing. So
I mean, hey, they got a whole style named after them, right?
you know what I'm saying? Doggy style.
All right, man. Speaking of these legislations and laws and stuff that's going on, man, this is also popping off too. The United States Postal Service agrees to work with the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, on
Mm-hmm.
reform, they're planning to cut 10,000 workers.
Mm-hmm.
10,000 workers.
The USPS, I can't lie. The Postal Service is so outdated. It's not even funny. It's like, for example, we just moved in a brand new community, brand new area. And man, people can come and mess with your mail anytime they want to. And you can't really do nothing about it. And then on top of that, the inconvenience of they messing with your mailbox. So now all your stuff gets shipped to Timbuktu and you got to go pick it up over there. It's like, so what if I miss important mail because it's way over there?
What do you
Like
mean messing with your mail? Like
that
I'm unclear.
people can we have these big old huge mailboxes because it's a big huge community.
Hmm.
But it's a big huge community and there's like 50 mailboxes like
They don't
right
have
there in the
keys.
big. Yeah, they have keys, but people can literally go over there and poke your lock, steal your stuff, do this, do that, whatever. And you call USPS, and all they say yeah, you can come pick your mail up over here. And we're like, what if somebody's stealing my mail? What if somebody's stealing my this and stealing that? And they can't do nothing about it. Literally nothing. Like people just steal your mail, take it, and be gone, and that's it. And I'm like, what the heck?
Well, they
Like it makes
can't.
no sense.
Yeah, they can't police it. That's a police matter because
Right.
that's a stealing mail is a federal crime.
It should
Uh,
right. It is.
yeah, it's a federal crime. So that's something that they necessarily can't police it, but the only thing they can do is report it and have police what I'm saying, be on the watch for it. But yeah, I mean the USPS.
It ain't high on the police folks list to really
Well,
worry about your mail, so to speak.
but yeah, it's only a small thing of people stealing mail. Like people steal more Amazon packages than mail.
Probably do.
So yeah, I'm sure of it. I'm
Right,
sure
right,
of it.
right,
So yeah, I mean, the USPS still has a purpose.
right.
They're far from as important as they used to be. So, and I think that's one thing that they looked at, and that's probably why they're going to be cutting those jobs. So,
Right. I
yeah.
mean, hey, it's been around for a long time. We shall see.
Yeah, so shout out to those people who work for USPS, man. Praying for y'all because anybody that has a job and a good paying job and a good benefit job like USPS and then loses their job, that's a
Hmm.
big blow, man. So, you know what I'm saying? We're
Right.
going to be praying for them. All right, man. You know, when we make changes in the United States, we make changes. And one of the big things that happened a couple months ago was TikTok, and everybody was up in arm about TikTok going away. So now the vice president is saying he's confident that TikTok will be sold to a U.S. company before the deadline of April 5th to keep it around, right?
Hmm.
So I think that's really what it was. They're trying to force the hand of the company,
Oh yeah.
the company from China that owns TikTok, and to sell to an American company so they can control it.
Facts.
So they
It's
can
money.
control
It's
it.
money based.
Well, yeah, so they can control it because they can't control it if China hasn't. So now they sell it to a company over here. Now the company is going to be subject to regulations of the United States of America. So now the United States of America and the government can control it. So,
As if China ain't got another one out ready to roll. I'm sure they
man,
do.
they probably got about 5 or 6 of them things
Yeah,
popping over there.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's no big deal. But I wonder what my thought is, I wonder what TikTok would sell for.
I don't know, man. We about to see because they're gonna have to sell it if they want. You want to keep it going.
I
So
mean, this administration is about bullying. You know what I'm saying? They'll bully you real quick. I want to see how much it sells for because I ain't gonna lie to you, TikTok is a huge phenomenon in over here, man, and it is crazy how hooked our kids are on TikTok. And when
yeah.
it went away for that day, that night, a couple days or whatever, man, folks, the baby girl was crying.
Well, I wouldn't even say kids, man. It's just people in general. You know,
Right.
it's people that make a lot of money off of
Off
TikTok,
of it. Right. Right.
right? You know, sales on the
TikTok shop
stores.
and all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
they make a lot of money, and some people have, they make a living off of it right
Right.
now. So, it's that important to them. So, there's legislation that's going to come down concerning that, and the purchase of that company is big, big news because a lot of people make a lot of money off of it. So, we'll
I
see what
mean,
happens, man.
some folks don't want to go back to that 9 to 5 and work for nobody. So
I wouldn't either.
I totally dig it.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
either.
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could ever do it neither. But I mean, hey, that's another story.
Yeah, it's facts, facts, facts. And we had some other good news today, man. The astronauts that's been in space for the last 9 months, they
Coming back.
actually came home today. SpaceX,
All right,
owned by Elon Musk,
Elon Musk.
and they flew up there. They sent the capsule up there and got the astronauts, and they returned. I think it was earlier today.
Hmm.
Came splashing down in the ocean, and I mean that's dope, man. When you start thinking about space and astronauts and stuff, I think every kid at some point wanted to be an astronaut or
Yeah,
was interested in what
and
it's
being one,
like,
right?
right, to be able to travel out into space. And in the past maybe decade, so many questions have come about: is space even real?
Hmm.
Is space even real? Is this something they made up, or is something that's just movies? Like, what exists out there? And it's crazy, man. To think about that. It's people that work on this stuff every day that get a chance to see these things, and then you have astronauts that get a chance to actually travel. You
Right
know,
up there and see
outside,
it. Right.
yeah, outside of the Earth to
It's something we ain't. It's something many of us have never experienced before, and the unknown captures your mind and your attention. Can you imagine though going up to space and seeing asteroids and meteors and other planets and being I don't know how close you would be to a star, but actually seeing one besides millions of miles away from one,
yeah.
that would be crazy intriguing to be in that space to see it. So I could totally understand the intrigue.
Yeah, flying out in space and you mess around, you see some alien strippers or something, and you know what I'm saying. It says there's life forms out here, bro.
You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying?
Like,
You know what
sorry,
I'm
they
saying?
got it popping over here
She
on
got
Mars,
cakes,
bruh.
and she look at her. She ugly, but she got cakes. I mean,
Hey,
you
she
never
ugly to
know.
you, you know what I'm saying? But to Zanzan, you know what I'm saying? Zizaru, you know what I'm saying? She popping.
It wasn't saying Cicero. Hey, but I mean, I'm just saying, like that intrigue, and I know, I can't lie. If I had the money and I was offered, and I could go into space, and they say, hey, it's gonna be like a 6 day, 7 day trip type thing. I thought I would never go on a cruise because of just floating on the water just didn't feel right for a player. I
Yeah.
can't walk on water and not get wet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that fly yet. But to be able to go into space, I can't lie. I wouldn't hesitate to actually do that because that would be. I'm sure it's fascinating.
Yeah, man. They gonna start giving people opportunities to get up in that thing, fly up into space. I don't know if they're gonna come back, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they're gonna give you opportunity to get
I
up
mean,
in that thing.
you know what
You know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying? And it's sad that, you know what I'm saying, the fact that a lot of the people that are gonna have the opportunities when it first, opens up to be able to do it is taking a huge risk,
Right.
right? Because this stuff has never been done before. So but I know it's coming, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In due time, it's gonna come, man. So shout out to the people who work at NASA. Shout out to my cousin, man. I got a cousin.
SpaceX.
She's an engineer at NASA. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm.
been there for decades. So shout out to her, man. And yeah, it's very, very dope. And speaking of something that's dope, have you ever been to the Statue of Liberty?
No, never have. Never
All
have.
right, so
I did. Yeah.
people who've been to the Statue of Liberty, it looks very plain and everything, but you know what? When I went, it was actually very dope, right?
Mhm,
To be able to go to Liberty Island and walk around inside of the Statue of Liberty. Of course, you can't go all the way up to the top anymore; that stuff is closed.
mhm.
But but it's very dope, right? To be out there, to have that experience, to be able to look around and see the landscape and everything. But it's crazy because France is tripping. France is the one that gave it to us, right? They
Right.
gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States, but France say, I want that thing
I want
back.
that thing back.
It
Yeah.
say, man. All right. So a French member of the European Parliament, his name is
Mhm,
Raphael Glucksmann,
mhm.
and he suggested that France should take back the Statue of Liberty from the United States because America has lost its way. So his quote is saying, we're going to say to the Americans who have chosen to side with the tyrants, to the Americans who fired researchers for demanding scientific freedom, give us back the Statue of
Of
Liberty.
liberty. Huh.
That is wild. That is wild.
I guess.
Uh,
I guess. I guess they. Well, the current regime spoke on this particular, and you can tell it was straight from the horse's mouth. And he said, basically, leave us alone. We ain't giving it back because, I mean, y'all would be speaking German right now if it wasn't for us. So you should be grateful. But I mean, that clapback is hilarious to that. But I mean, France, they don't really have no leg. I mean, what they gonna stand on?
I mean, can you imagine that? Statue of Liberty getting repo. You know what I'm saying?
Give me my stuff back.
Dudes pull up in a boat.
Indian,
Yes, it's that time.
Indian givers for real, fam. Like it's just like it's both of ours.
It's say,
But you
man.
keep it in mind.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
But it's just wild to even imagine that because throughout our whole lifetime, the Statue of Liberty has been there.
Right,
And
right,
many lifetimes, especially, but
right.
just speaking, just with us,
Yeah, yeah.
we've only known it to be there. So
Right.
when I got older and actually got a chance to, go to history class, and then you learn about how we got the Statue of Liberty, how it came
Mhm.
there, and all this other stuff, then you're like, oh, okay. So it just wasn't something that we built. It's
Built,
something
right.
that was
We got it.
gifted to
Yeah.
us, and it actually was over there. I think, from my understanding, it was actually up somewhere over there, and then they took it down in pieces, brought it over here,
Right.
and it's crazy because I saw a story during Black History Month about the chains that are on the Lady Liberty's feet that they
Yeah,
actually covered up at one point, and it was
right.
dope to actually see that because when we went, it's not covered up anymore.
Covered up, right, right.
Yeah, so it's actually dope, and I actually noticed that when we were there, like you could actually see the chains. So, yeah, man, it's just a bunch of different, interesting stuff with the Statue of Liberty. But for them to ask for it back is crazy work.
I mean, hey, listen, everybody's, what I'm saying, trying to find their way into this clapback season. It seems like everybody is, what I'm saying, wants to clap back. You
But
know what I'm
bro,
saying? So
everybody is petty now.
yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
is petty.
everybody's petty pin the
Everybody's
grass
petty.
right now.
Yeah,
Everybody being
everybody's
petty.
petty. Yeah,
Everybody being petty.
it's crazy because petty is now professional. Like professionalism used to didn't involve being petty, but now it's all inclusive.
And
You can be petty and professional.
facts. It's like we got the chief petty in the
Yeah,
office right now,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
does not care.
yeah.
He will rub anybody the wrong way, and he
Literally,
just like you'd be speaking German now if it wasn't for us. Yeah,
man.
leave us alone. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I mean, but
Hey, man.
France ain't got much leg to stand on because listen, if it wasn't for if it wasn't for Negroes, I mean, listen,
Well,
a lot
it
of
is.
folks are in trouble.
Well, it is what it is, man. They can ask for it back. They ain't getting it back. They ain't coming over here to take it. And
You know
the
they ain't
United
gonna do
States
that.
definitely ain't gonna give it. So
Right.
it's just talk. It just is what it is. But it's funny. It's funny
It's
though.
funny.
It's
It's
definitely funny.
hilarious.
And speaking
Definitely.
of something funny, this is the last story of the night before we get into our questions, real quick. Man, this was funny when I saw it. Men fall in love almost twice as fast as women, according to a new study.
Hmm.
And I can tell you why that is.
Go ahead, shoot it, because
Because man, dudes are physical. Dudes are physical. They you know what I'm saying, they get hit off with some good, and they in love, Jack. And it ain't new.
I
It ain't
mean
new. It been
it,
that way.
it's a beast out here in these streets
wars
for a
have
lot of
been
men.
wars
Yeah.
have been fought because of women. And
Yes.
so you already know that dudes get swept under the rug quick when it comes to women and they fall in love. So when I saw that, I wasn't surprised by that because I actually believe it. That's where
Right.
we get the term sucker for love. Sucker for love is
Right.
usually not shown. It's usually not, a title that women
For
wear. It's a
women.
title, it's
For
a
men.
title that dudes wear.
Well, I actually it said that actually men are more emotional than women. There's a study out that suggests that men are more emotional than women. So I could totally see that they would, you know what I'm saying, fall in love faster than a woman would. And that explains why these brothers out here getting their heart broke. You know what I'm saying? You're falling too fast, my brother.
That's a fact.
Chill out, my
That's a
brother.
fact.
Chill
Uh,
out, my brother.
all right, so
Chill
we got
out, brother.
so I got some quick questions that I wanted to talk to y'all about. Want to ask the audience especially. So things there too is two things off the rip that is just random and they probably gonna be quick, but it's just thoughts that I had. Right.
Hmm.
All right. So my first question for today is: did Aaron the plumber take Woody's spot? Because where is Woody at? Because we have these personalities that dominate social media, and
Right.
Woody was dominating social media for a while. At first, it was for before Woody, it was Charleston White, and Charleston White has been pretty consistent.
Yeah,
He's
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 still
still
popular.
out there, but Woody kind of faded to the back, and then Aaron the plumber is at the forefront now, and he's all over the place. So we go through these waves of people. So did Aaron the plumber take Woody's spot? Because
Yes.
okay, because
Yes. I'm
Aaron the
gonna go
plumber,
yes.
yeah, because Aaron the plumber seems to be doing a lot of the things that we saw Woody do, but now it's Aaron
And
the plumber.
Aaron the plumber is actually hitting in more spaces than Woody is at this moment. Woody made that little show, had this little rap thing going, the trial with what you call, but he ain't really jumped on it. Like Aaron the plumber is. They talking about having a boxing match. He don't drop. He don't release the album. He hitting up. He teaching people how to be a plumber. He's on a reality show.
Well,
Like
but you got to
he
understand,
just seems like he's hitting more avenues than
but
Woody is.
but you got to understand, Woody's a real street dude,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He's a
yeah.
real street dude. So
Right.
Woody is one of those people who he got swept up in, from the trial, and made his money off of the thing and capitalized on some opportunities.
Right.
But Woody's one of those dudes who is a street dude. Like
Right.
I believe the claims that he makes, and people
Yeah.
have substantiated the claims that he was really like that. He was
Yeah, he's a
he
certified
still
crash out.
and he still is really like that. So don't get
Right.
it twisted. Like he's been doing other stuff, but once you like that, it's still there.
Yeah.
It's still buried inside of you somewhere.
Right.
So yeah, like you say, he's a certified crash out. Now both of them are crash outs,
Yeah.
but one of them gonna crash out with hands, and one of them gonna crash out with a pistol.
With a pistol. And Aaron
So
and Aaron the plumber is just, you know what I'm saying? He when he came on the scene, like it was hilarious. Woody was hilarious as well.
yeah,
But it's like, you know how it is with social media. That personality, once that personality hits, we'll see how long it go. But the hilarious Charleston White is hilarious, bro. I don't
but
care what nobody say.
oh yeah, he definitely is. But you know what? With Aaron the plumber, one thing I do respect about him, and people say he crashes out and he always wants to fight. I respect it though.
Yeah,
He said, okay, well, we got a disagreement. Let's settle it with our hands.
right.
And he gonna take some L's like he has, and he gonna win something like he has. But I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't just stand there and continue to talk back and forth. He put his hands up.
Chuckle. Chuckle.
So, so I mean, for us, it's not something that's foreign because that's how we grew up. We
Right.
grew up like that. Like we're gonna
Right.
go ahead and box. And like, shout out to the people that stayed in my neighborhood because Benji was probably one of the few people that I didn't fight because
Yeah.
everybody else I pretty much had a fight with everybody in my neighborhood. That's just the way we did though.
Just
Like
how it was.
if you had a
You got
disagreement,
beef, you showed
yeah,
who you was, you know what I'm saying? Get your chunkums up. That's
yeah,
it.
you get
Fight
that.
in the corner, fight in the alley, fight, you know what I'm saying? Meet me at my backyard in my house, whichever one. And
Yeah.
and we're gonna handle this.
Yeah, the best thing to do, shout out to the people that grew up on our street and around that area. We know we used to fight in between the houses because you couldn't
Yeah.
see it. So
You
you
can
used to
see.
go in between the house, and that's when we get it in, and then you come out, bloodied or whatever. You straighten yourself up, and you go and you play football and you play basketball together
You live to
after
fight
you
another
fight,
day.
right? So it just was what it was. But shout out to Aaron the plumber, man. Get your money, bro. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Chunkums.
yeah. Yeah, and definitely you're entertaining because we go watch the video for sure.
As a fact. And they coming at a rapid pace now, too.
All right,
Every time you look up, he's got a new video out doing something.
facts. All right, so I know personally, I was introduced to Aaron the plumber from Pop the Balloon, right?
Right.
From the Pop the Balloon show, you ain't qualified. You know what I'm saying? Now he got the other one. He say in a real way that he's known for.
I got 100,000 in the bank. Yeah, bet you can't do that.
But all right, so my next question is: do you think that Pop the Balloon, this new phenomenon, like, do you think that this is something that's a negative thing? Is just entertainment in your category, or how do you feel about it? How do you feel about Pop the Balloon?
The spin-offs of it are getting a little bit laborious because now people are just playing games with it for the most part. It's become like funny. But the original show, I thought actually was a pretty cool concept because again, you're just picking based off of physical attraction, what you think this person look like, yada yada yada. Pop your balloon, give your response. I thought it was pretty creative in that regards, right? So it is definitely a phenomenon because now everybody's creating spin-offs and ideas from it or whatever. I've even seen one, the senior edition of the Pop the Balloon. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a phenomenon. And I actually like the concept because of the simplicity of it, but the fact that it just letting people be themselves for a moment is actually pretty entertaining. So I kind of like it in that space.
Yeah, I think they're interesting. Like you said, the original one is good in my
Right.
estimation, and there's been a couple of spinoffs that were pretty decent. But the latest one that I reposted and everybody was kind of commenting on was the young lady was on one episode and she had 5 kids.
Yeah.
She had 5 kids. She was on Pop the Balloon. The 5 kids were 8, 6, 4, 2, and 11 months. So, so she was on Pop the Balloon show. They, people was in the comments. They was like, she got to live her life too. You know what I'm saying? She's the one. And then you have other people was like, you got 5 kids at home. Like you should
Go
be at
home.
home instead of on a pop the balloon show. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You out here trying to pop your coochie for a goon, and you clearly have popped it one too many times because
Facts.
you out here looking for a man, which means that you don't have one and you have 5 kids.
How you got an
That's that
11-month-old
that's
and
a
you
little
looking
bit
for another one?
problematic. That's a little bit problematic. And then the craziest part is at one point the guy asked her the ratio with the kids, and she starts telling him the ages. He ain't asked the ages. He said the ratio. So
Yeah.
it's either one or two things. Either she is airheadish and just missed the whole concept of what he was saying by ratio, or she's smart and said, I'm not trying to tell you how many baby daddies it is
That
to
I got.
each kid because it's probably every baby got probably a different daddy. So
Right.
instead of putting herself
Look
out there
even
like that,
worse. Right.
she just chose not to answer it, which, we know from doing interviews or answering questions or anything like that, you dance around things that you don't want to answer.
Right. Right.
Right. So
And that's hilarious though, man. Because listen, if you on that show and you got an 11-month-old baby, it's like, why? You want another baby daddy? You want another kid?
it's
Because I
that
bet you
time.
them tubes ain't tied.
It's that time. Listen. Look at the time frames. Like
Facts.
it's
That's the
another. It's time for
ratio.
another baby. It's another one.
Time for
It's
another
time
baby.
for another one, right?
That
Because it's
clock
two.
is
It's
ticking.
basically 2 years in between them, so it's time for the next one, right?
That's
Because
the fact.
that one baby's 11 months. You get pregnant now,
9
boom.
months.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like 2 year gap, so it lines up. So that's what she's trying to get. That's what it seems like. But who knows, man? It's just the pop the balloon shows are they're interesting. They highlight some good and some bad, but this is the new entertainment that we're looking at 2025 moving forward, man. So it is what it
People
is.
try people out here trying to get their creativity on. I will admit that that's the one thing dope about social media is that it allows creativity to just kind of be free and free flowing. And so who knows? Maybe a lot of this stuff will stick around for a long time. Who knows?
Yeah. So all right. So the last question I got is ironic, but what I'm saying it's nothing groundbreaking, right? So we're just gonna ask people, man, what do you do when you can't sleep? Like what's your go-to thing? Because it's a lot of people that I've seen complaining about they can't sleep. They
Mm,
can't get to sleep. I think for some people it's because they're on social media at night and they're on their phone and it disrupts the brain waves and stuff like that, like they say. And then when you try to lay down, your brain
mhm,
waves are all over the place and your body's not rested. Like you don't have a shutdown sequence. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Anything, your computer, everything else in life has a shutdown sequence that it goes through before it shuts down. So they suggest that you read, take a shower, those type of things to kind of wind down and get away from, the phone or anything electric, turn the TVs off and just kind of read or do something to wind down before you lay down to calm your
Mhm,
brain activity so you can rest. Most people don't do that. So what do
right.
you do when you can't go to sleep, bro?
Well, that's my thing. I'd start listening to I listened to what's called Zondervan, and it's a Bible app. So if I wake up at whatever o'clock in the morning or laying down, whatever, I turn on my Zondervan and I just listen to him read the scripture. And instantly, kid you not, within the hour, I'm gone, I'm knocked out, I'm going to sleep. And I put it right next to my ear so that I hear it. And it literally will rock you to sleep. It's not like he's just reading scripture in, not in a charismatic way or anything. He's just reading it. And that actually is a great thing for me. And I always find myself going right back to sleep within an hour or so. And so that's always been my go-to. That's been my go-to for years now. So I understand the reading aspect of it, but I ain't looking for no book. I'm just I'm just gonna throw on my go on YouTube, type in my Zondervan, turn on the Bible app, and listen to him. If you've never listened to the whole book of Ecclesiastes, I promise you, put it on. It'll put you to sleep.
All right. Well, you know
Your
what?
boy, because your boy is on there. Listen, Solomon is like vanity of vanity. All is vanity, says the preacher. Everything is vanity. Everything. He will have you messed up about life because everything is like, you like forget all of it. I done had it all. I done had this. I done had all these women. I done had money. I done had this. I done had that. He's like vanity of vanity. And when I die, I don't know if I'm gonna leave it to a fool anyway. So it's all vanity, and I promise you, it'll sober you up and it'll put you right back to sleep.
Well, I'm one of those people, man. I don't need nothing to help me go to sleep, bro. Like when you're a big guy like me
Right.
and you get tired, you go to sleep. Facts. I mean, just I don't need no assistance. I don't need no help. I'm one. You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to my mom. And my mom was talking to me one day about weighted blankets.
Right.
I never been into a bunch of blankets. Like my mom is old school. She keeps quilts and things like that. And you know, I get the quilts when I go home and things. So I usually use those quilts. Well, I kept hearing about these weighted blankets, and she was talking about a weighted blanket. So I went and bought me one. I had to search because most of them are regular size for regular size people, and I couldn't find one long enough for you, boy. So I actually found a weighted blanket that was long enough for me, bruh, and it is a game changer.
Man,
Like,
that snuggle got you snuggled up like
bruh, it is a game changer. And on one side, it's cooling. On the side that you lay under, it's cooling.
mm-hmm.
So it's always cold when you lay under it, bruh. It is a game changer. Like I sleep so much better
Feel like you're
under
being hugged under that joint.
under that weighted blanket. And like when you move, if you turn or anything at night, which I don't move a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the cover, because it's so heavy, it doesn't move.
Right.
Right. So I'm talking about like I think the weighted blanket I have is a 20-pound blanket.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, it's 20 pounds. It's a 20-pound blanket. So maybe you all in the audience and in the chat have heard of, you know what I'm saying, weighted blankets, or you have them. You know what I'm saying? If you do, type in the chat, man. Let us know what you feel about weighted blankets, because you know, I don't have problems sleeping, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's one thing that I know has changed the way I sleep for the better.
Sound get a better grade of sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I never thought that a weighted blanket would be this game changing, but I mean,
I
it
mean,
is
you know what
so.
I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
And I used
Snuggle
to
up.
be one of those people who slept with the TV on. Like that used to be my thing. Like I
Oh
would
wow,
have to
you
turn the
see.
TV on. It don't matter what it was on. I just turn it on and then like I'd be asleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like within probably 5 minutes. But what I noticed is there will be TV on and something would happen on the TV if I didn't set the timer or something like that. And then it would disrupt my sleeping pattern. It would wake me up.
Right.
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 So I had to start, you know, cutting everything off. And then, you know, we got Alexa and all the other stuff that you could just say, Alexa, turn off the TV, Alexa, turn off the lights, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, we had the clapper.
Right. Right. Clap, clap.
You know what I'm saying? But with the introduction of BBLs, you can't use a clapper no more because the lights be turning on and off like crazy. Some people will
Clap,
get that.
clap.
Some people will get that on the way home. As the preacher say, you get that on the way home. But
Hilarious.
yeah, man, it's so many things different now than when we were kids, because when we were kids, it would be times where you probably couldn't sleep and your mom would come in there, your dad would come in there and be like, yeah, if you don't go to sleep, I got something to help you go to sleep. And you went to sleep real fast.
Catching them hands.
So it was like sleep or else. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but yeah, man. Now in adulthood, I can't even lie to you. I value sleep. I love sleep. I love taking a little nap here and there. Things that we used to run away from as a kid, I run to right now.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But I mean, hey, I hate naps because I wake up feeling worse after I take one. But I sleep really sound. I sleep like a baby, bro.
Well,
When I sleep, I sleep.
I got a question though. When you say you take naps and you feel worse after, how long are you taking a nap for?
I don't. I mean, I can't really say if, but if I ever, most of the times, if I ever like fallen asleep and I'm taking a nap, I wake up, I feel groggy because I feel it just feels weird. And I don't know if they've been for like 2 hours, 3 hours, hour, I
Okay.
can't
So
remember.
so
But
so
I mean, they do call, they tell you about the little power nap or whatever.
Okay, so let me explain that for you before we get up out of here. With people, when you take a nap, when you take a nap
Hmm.
should be 20 to 30 minutes, 45 minutes tops, right? And the reason for that is if you sleep any longer than that, most of the time you're going to go into a deeper sleep.
Right.
And when you go into that deeper sleep and you come out of that stage of deep sleep, you're going to be groggy. You're going to
Hmm.
be disoriented a little bit because of the deepness of the sleep that you were in.
Right. And that's typically how it is. That's why I hate taking them. So I'd rather just let my body fall asleep when it needs to fall asleep. I usually I'm good 6 7 hours of sleep. I'm usually super good that I don't need to take a nap during the days. But when I was working for the mortgage company, man, yes, Lord, you needed it
Yeah.
because you was nonstop on the go all the time. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I don't live in that space no more, so I'm good.
Well, yeah, y'all make sure y'all get y'all sleep, man. Take y'all behind the bed at night, especially, what I'm saying, as we get older, the sleep becomes more important, you know what I'm saying, for your health, for your overall well-being. Stop staying up late watching all these Netflix series and stuff like that, man. And take y'all behind the drink, I mean to sleep and drink y'all water. Make sure y'all do those two things. Help yourself out in life.
Right.
All right, y'all. Well, this episode has been great. We gave y'all a lot to laugh about, a lot to think about. As I always say, we like to put the medicine in the candy, some things to think about, and we also taught you a few things. So, before we get up out of here, we just want to give a special shout out to Patricia. Patricia was not here with us on this episode. She's a little under the weather, so we're praying for her that she make a speedy recovery and be able to join us on the next episode because we miss our homie. For real.
Yes.
All right. So Benji Banks, the man of brand. Talk to the people, let them know something before we get up out of here, man.
What's up with it? Again, it's your boy. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. You can find me on Instagram, BRB4701. You can find me on Facebook, Benji Banks Reinvented TV, creating a whole new space and putting out just some positive spiritual content on there. So look forward to that being more and more and more repetitive. You can always find me at my shop, Co Beauty Supply. Just did some renovations, so to speak, in there today and got some new stuff popping off. You can find your boy there pretty much every day of the week as we build and scale this business to the spot where I want it to be. So pull up, get your braids done, your locks retwisted, your beauty products, your braids, your haircuts, you name it. We adding to it. Looking for the makeup and the wig install, folks, coming up real soon. So we're just putting it all together. So appreciate y'all for pulling up on the 5 sessions. Keep tapping in with us. And yeah. We in there. We appreciate that.
All right. And I just want to tell you all before we get up out of here, man, start paying attention to the things that go on around you and the things that are going on with you. Too many people, especially as I just turned 45, and a lot of people that are my age and some younger, have a tendency to not pay attention to our bodies and the signals that our body sends us when it's in distress. And that's why a lot of times you hear us talk about health things and we joke and we talk about it here and there. But in all seriousness, man, take care of yourself, man. Go to the doctor, go to your yearly, your annual checkups and things of that nature. And if you're not feeling well, go see the doctor, man. Like my mom always tells me, I'd rather pay a copay than pay for a funeral. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you
That's
take care of
facts.
yourself. Yeah, make sure you take care of yourself, man, because we want to be around for a long time, and the time that we're here on this earth, we want it to be quality life. So continue to take care of yourselves on a daily basis and do the things that's going to keep you here and keep you healthy for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. But y'all already know, y'all can find me at Big Ken on Fire on all social media platforms. Y'all can catch the fire session on all social media platforms as well. Just make sure you go to YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button, and also hit the bell notification so when we go live, you know about it. If you're following us on all the social media platforms, you won't miss any clips, you won't miss any live episodes, and you'll be able to jump in the chat and talk to us, because we talk back as we
Yes, we
did
do.
today and we do every week. So
Facts.
we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week. We got a great interview with a great guest coming through. Very dope content. We're going to continue to do it. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Fire session. Peace.
Deuces.
Thank you for joining us today. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Just search Fire Session.